Hey everyone, this is David at Finish Line Factory. Behind me is my 2002 Turbo Miata, which, as you may know, I was on a exotic car rally to Naples, and on the way back, unfortunately, I didn't quite make it back. We had some engine trouble, and well, I think I may have spun a rod bearing. So, unfortunately, my fully built turbo engine is now back on the engine stand after we actually only pulled it out like 2 weeks ago to change some seals. So unfortunately, there's nothing left to do except start pulling the engine apart and see what happened and see what it's going to take to fix it. So first thing I want to do is get the oil pan off, see what Carnage has in store for us, and see what's going to take to fix it. Alright, so what do we got going on here? Okay, cylinder 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 3, cylinder 4, right? Cylinder 1, that's good. Cylinder 2, there's a problem. Knock, knock, knock. Look at the discoloration. Man, this thing got hot. Like, these rods, I could probably save, right? I could probably get away with reusing those rods. Give me some focus, there we go. But this is toast. This rod needs to be replaced. I need to replace all the piston rings, because it's a little hard to see. Let me try my flashlight in there. Yeah, you're not gonna see that, but the cylinder walls on cylinders 1 and 4, which are the ones that are on the upstroke, not the downstroke like cylinders 2 and 3, there's some very mild scarring on the inside. I think I might be able to get away by just honing the cylinder and throwing some new piston rings on it. I will let the machine shop make that decision. I need to pull the oil pump off, all the timing stuff. I need to get all this stuff off. But yeah, there's my problem. So let's look over at the main bearing support plate / windage tray. And we got a little bit of sand there coming down here onto the oil pan. And ooh, there you go. Got some carnage there. Over there you see we got some chunks of bearing. Man, this thing is toast. So gonna need to clean the crap out of this. Clean this really, really well. We need to remove the oil pump, because after a bearing gets spun, the oil pump will have a lot of scarring on the inside. So I'm going to send the oil pump back to, what do you call it, Boundary Engineering. They're going to tear apart the pump and tell me what I need to replace. What else I got to do? Well, not much else to do except continue pulling apart the motor. So let me get the accessories off, let me get the timing gear off, and get the head off. All right, so now that the cylinder head is off, next step is to remove the oil pump and water pump. The water pump I'm just going to set aside, but the oil pump I want to open up and inspect it, because all of those little chunks and little bits of metal that are inside of the oil sump are going to get picked up into the pump and could possibly damage it, scarring the inside. And if you have a scarred oil pump, then it's going to have difficulty building pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up, check to see if there's any damage inside of it, and you know, see if I need to send this off to Boundary Engineering for them to refinish it or do what they need to do. Alright, so coming in here for inspection, looks like there was some scarring right here. There's some scarring right there. You can see it right there. The rest of the pump looks okay, so I don't know what they're going to do. They may either machine this to be smooth once again, or they'll either replace it. The gears themselves look like they survived. I don't see any significant damage right there. I see some buildup, some scratching right there, but I don't think it's anything significant. Right here, let me clean this off a little. On the edges, I can see a little bit of scratches. Let me get that to focus. On the edges, I see some scratching, but I don't think there's anything significant, anything that's you know, worth writing home about. As far as I know, you know, it looks good to me. See, how does this go like this? Now this goes on like so. It goes and slides into that space. So yeah, that's how your oil pump works. It just turns like this and just pushes your oil out. So yeah, I already feel it very gritty, binding up against something. So and as you can see there, you know, as it picks up oil, you know, it's depending on that to seal. And if it's too if there's like scratches in there and there's leaks, then what's going to happen is the oil is going to leak into that space and go out instead of being you know, pumped around. So, well, at least I know this isn't too bad. Worst case scenario, this is only $200 to replace. Total cost for this thing is $400, but you know, if it gets damaged, then they only charge it half price. So good to you guys. You know, that's a good company. You know, something happens, it doesn't have to cost you, you know, an arm and a leg to replace. All right, guys. Well, that about wraps it up. Next step is to take the head and the block over to the machine shop and have them inspect it, do what they need to do, replace the parts. I got to place an order for quite a few parts now because we're basically completely rebuilding the motor. I believe that the pistons and the rods, some of the more expensive parts, those are savable, so I don't need to replace those. I just have to replace that one rod. The cylinder head was not affected significantly. However, when this happens, a bunch of metal shavings go through the entire engine, and some of it even makes it past the filter. So what I'm going to do is have the machine shop remove the oil gallery plugs and clean out the inside of the head, because, you know, last thing I need is for all of those metal shavings to be reintroduced back into the block, back into the crankcase, and ruin the next engine, or well, ruin this engine again. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out finishlinefactory.com for fittings, hoses, weld bungs, all kinds of cool stuff. And if you own a shop or if you work at a shop, check the link in the description below, or go to the website, scroll to the bottom of the website and click wholesale application. You'll be able to fill that out and we can set you up with a wholesale account. That way you'll be able to purchase all of our fittings, hoses, weld bungs, all the quality stuff that we sell at a discounted wholesale price. So thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna get out of here. It's about 10:30 at night. Been working all day, and I'm out. Peace. See ya.